Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Bob Branch, and I want to welcome you to week 1 of Object-Oriented Programming. To facilitate this class, we are going to use a programming language called Python. Tonight, we're going to be discussing the term class. Now, I understand many of us, this is our first time in object-oriented programming. So terms like class, inheritance, polymorphisms, well, quite frankly, they could be intimidating. But they shouldn't be, because you already use them, you just don't know the proper terms for what you're doing, right? So let's do a brief exercise here. I want you to go to PowerPoint. I want you to open up PowerPoint, open up a presentation, and I want you to go up to Shapes. In Shapes, I want you to select a circle. I want you to bring that circle into your slide. Now I want you to go up to Shape Fill, and I want you to select red. Now I want you to make your shape, your circle, red, kind of like the small red one on this slide. Then I want you to copy that circle, select that circle, copy that circle, and paste that circle. Now I want you to take, and I want you to increase the size of that circle by about 3 to 4 times. You should have something that looks like what's on my slide right here. Now, what did you just do? Well, it's simple. You went into PowerPoint. You went to a class called Shapes. From that class, you selected a subclass or an instance and called Circle, and you brought that in to your PowerPoint slide. That circle inherited all of the attributes of shape. Now, when you added red to it and you copied that circle and pasted that circle, the second circle inherited all of the attributes of the first circle and of the class. Now, you increase the size of that. Increasing the size of that, you're proving to yourself that not only do you have data, but you had a method or you have functionality to that object. So that is object-oriented. It's a visual representation of object-oriented programming where you have classes, inheritance, and polymorphisms. So as I said, you've already been doing it, but you just haven't known the terminology. So let's look, what is a class? Classes are the blueprint of creating objects. Objects can have attributes or data, and they can have methods, you may be familiar with functions, to represent real-world objects, right? And in our example, we used shapes, right? Object-oriented programming allows us to use and reuse code or classes that we've already defined. Example, I'm sure that Microsoft uses their shapes in Microsoft Publisher and also Microsoft Word. So they're able to use code over and over again, and that's what we want to do. So that's what we're able to do with this. And now, so how do we program classes? Well, it's up to you and me as the programmer to come up with the classes, and they should be based on real life objects or concepts. Example like banking. Banking could be a class, and you have online banking, you have traditional banking, you have app banking, you have ATM banking, you have loans, you have savings, you have a checking account. There's many different things that you can have as subcategories or subclasses to class, but they always inherit what the class has. So for this thing, we're going to write a simple program. This simple program, we're going to continue with our theme of shapes. So what we have here in Python, we can say, type in class shape. Now we know that that is a parent class now. That class is shape. Then we could say with inside the shape it has itself, but it also has color, right? And color is an attribute that all shapes will inherit. But now going with our circle. So we're going to import because we have to do math, right? Because a circle, you're going to expand it, you're going to area. Well, area of a circle is equal to pi r squared. So we have to have some way of bringing that function into this program, right? So what we have here is we're going to import math. Now we can define pi as 3.14, but why? We already have the math library. So all we got to do is import the math library. Then we select class circle from the parent class of shapes. Now we define that as self, but we also with the color and with a radius. Now our radius, our self radius equals radius. Now we have to bring in the method. The method is math pi times self radius, and that terminology that you see, symbology that you see there is actually squaring. So you have pi r squared. So to further this program here, you have my circle equals circle. Then I'm giving values to color and to radius. So I have red and I have 5. So I'm able to print out that the color is red. Then I'm able to print out the area is 78.54 because that's pi r squared, right? So we're able to do that now. And now we should have one of those red circles. So in conclusion, we have just gone over a simple demonstration of what classes are and how they relate to object-oriented programming. Now, I gave to you in this deck also the complete program that you can run. So for next week, I want you to run this program, and I want you to be able to talk to the code back to me next week so that I understand that you understand what classes are and how we set up a class. But again, classes are the blueprint of the objects, like shapes. Objects can have attributes like colors and radius, and they could have methods like what is the area of the circle. And they inherit stuff. So the inherit allows specialization of classes. So I want you to take those as a takeaway, and I want to thank you very much for being here this week, and I hope to see you next week. Take care.